So I need to glue this plastic Perspex base into the bottom of the aluminium conning tower. And Glad Wrap is an amazing aid to scratch building. So that enables me just to drop that on, and the glue will run down inside the aluminium frame, sit on the Perspex, and if it comes through at all, it really doesn't matter because it's all nicely protected by Glad Wrap. Now this is the tube into which the breather is going to go, and I've got a bit of foam here that will fit now into the conning tower, and I'm going to glue it all in one shot. Why not? Get it in and let it all go off. This is a very delicate piece of construction, the conning tower. I'm a bit concerned if it gets hit in the water whether it's going to take damage, but I think ultimately it'll be fine. Yes, that's it. All done, all in. And I'll walk away from that and leave it for a while it sets. Excellent. Now I've cut some slots in the base. Not been too dramatically accurate with that. I've just wanted to make sure that this is going to take water as it should do. Slots in the bow as well. And now I want to get the magnetic switch mounted into the under the bow. I've done that. I've now screwed some pieces of brass into the bow and into the stern, and I'm gluing on them the trim tanks, although this one, as you will see, will become redundant. The one in the stern remains as it is, but I get another idea for the one in the bow. But that's what, once again, scratch building is all about. You get different ideas as you go along. Now I'm just touching up the inside of everywhere I've cut through the hull. I'm now painting it because I've got to make sure that it's all perfectly right. As you know, inside the hull, the very inside layer is cardboard, so it's going to absorb water, so I've got to make sure that that's sealed. Now this is the front cover for the control room, as you are fully aware, and the way to get this fixed is to use some silastic. That's not pretty, and it won't get any prettier. Not particularly worried about that, and I'm going to screw onto there into the white plastic. The reason I've done that, as I've explained I think before, is that if I want to take it off, I've just got to remove the screws and then use a sharp knife and cut straight through the silastic, and off it comes. And I've had to do that once on the U-boat, and it works really very well. It's very successful. You've just got to make sure that the silastic covers all the way round both sides of that screw, but the screw hole itself, it doesn't even go through the end cap. It's nice and thick. So there it is, all in place, and that's going to be sealed very nicely. Just use my finger to fix it up a bit, but that's all good. Now here the wires are, and this is a bit of an opportunity now to pull them all through to make sure that they're not coiled up inside the control room. I'm now mounting the three rubber, they're 1/4 of an inch I think, rubber tubes down the side of the boat. I've got the hot glue there to hold them all in, and they are for the trim tanks and also for the interconnect between the two cylinders. And you can see the interconnect there actually already in to the motor room end cap. It's not in there, but there it goes into the trim tank. I've now connected up the pump to the trim tanks. It's a very simple system that I'm using, and I've got to tell you, it's very effective. It's very nice indeed. Especially when you get the air bubbles out of it, it really works very nicely, very smoothly, and adjusts the weight without any complaint at all. So I'm now putting on these bellows. They're a bit tighter than I thought, I've got to say. And now we're going to do a pressure test on the pump compartment. And when I put it in there and I blow, there's a whole lot of bubbles coming out. It's coming out of the side. It's very important to do this. There's no substitute for testing things. And now, all right, let me bring you up to speed. I'm finishing things off so that I can get this into the water. And I've made a list of all the things that I have to do. For example, I have to finish the breather tube mechanism, done that. Have to fix the sail, make it removable so that you can put it on and off, blah blah blah, and ensure that the water can get through it, and then take it off, done that. Got to make collets for the servo linkages because I need to be able to remove them, done that. Had to fix the drive shafts because they were moving a bit on the main motor, and I did that by grinding a little bit of metal out of the shaft that comes out of the motor so I can fit a lock screw into it. Reduce the wires and hot glue them inside the motor room, making room for a self-leveler. Done all of that, haven't got the self-leveler yet. Fit the bellows and glue the cups. I've done that. I'll have to mark that. Cut out water ingress points in the base of the hull. That's all happened. Add the magnetic switch and wire it up. That's happened. Check for possible bubble spots in the upper hull. Drill holes in the top deck so that it'll sink properly. Yep, done that. Waterproof all hull cutouts, hydro tube entrances with fiberglass, which I have now done. I've used a brush, just painted on the liquid fiberglass onto all of the exposed edges, because as you know, when I cut through the hull, on the inside of the hull, the very inside, there's cardboard, and I want to seal that. Ensure the balsa is sealed, done that. Add the trim tanks and the tubes, done that. Add the breather interconnect between the two cylinders so that they all share the same pressure. Add the pressure gauge nozzle, I've made that. Waterproof the main pump, I'm working on that right now. Fix the base under the pump, still to do that. Add the speed controller and test the system without the forward hydros. That's exactly where I'm up to right now. And it moves on to this one which says fix any problems on the bench. So where we're at right now is that this is all complete. There's no sealing ring in that yet. I have all the wires coming out of the front of here and I'm connecting them up right now. And as I do so, I don't care if they're too long because this is just temporary. This is the testing process. Got to make sure this is all going to work on the bench, and then we have to seal the wires in here because all of these are sealed. Seal the wires in here, and then shorten the wires so that it all makes sense. And I want to shorten them to the degree that it's still easy to remove these parts and put them on the bench next to me. That works quite well with a submarine. Originally with a submarine I had a lot of waterproof connectors, and I quickly discovered that just by having a judicious length on a piece of wire I really didn't have to do that. And these wires, of course, will then, once I've shortened them and reconnected them, these joints will have to be waterproofed. That's quite easy to do. And when that's done, wow, we're going to be ready to test this thing out. I have to put the forward hydroplane system on, obviously. Once I've done that, we're ready to rock and roll. So I'm not going to any lengths, as you can see over these connections, just throwing them together, making sure they are protected so they don't short out, and I'll be ready to try this in a minute or two.